Two people turned 70 on the same day. Same city. Same decade of life. Similar medical history. Fast forward 10 years. One is still living independently, walking confidently, traveling, making plans for the future. The other needs help getting out of a chair, has lost confidence, and quietly wonders how much time is left. Here's the part that shocks most families. It wasn't genetics, it wasn't luck, and it wasn't even their diagnosis. Doctors and researchers now know there are specific, measurable signs after age 70 that predict how long, and how well, someone is likely to live. These signs don't show up on standard blood tests. They're rarely explained in short doctor visits, and most people don't realize they matter until it's too late. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 scientifically proven signs that strongly predict longevity after 70, and what they actually mean for your future. Some of these may surprise you. One of them is quietly more powerful than cholesterol, blood pressure, or weight, and the final sign may completely change how you think about aging. Stay with me until the end, because understanding these signs doesn't just predict your future, it gives you leverage over it. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe and like this video. This channel exists to help adults over 60 understand their bodies clearly, without fear, without hype, and without being talked down to. Now let's begin. Sign 1. How fast you walk. This one shocks people. Let me ask you a simple question. If someone asked you to walk across a room, no rushing, no jogging, just your natural pace, how fast would you move? It sounds almost too simple to matter. But walking speed is one of the strongest predictors of longevity after age 70 ever discovered. Large studies published in the Journal of the American Medical Association followed tens of thousands of older adults for years. The result? People who walked faster than average lived significantly longer, regardless of weight, blood pressure, or medical diagnosis. In fact, some researchers now call walking speed the 6th vital sign. Here's why. Walking is not just a leg activity, it's a full-body neurological event. To walk well, your brain, nerves, muscles, joints, heart, lungs, and balance systems must all work together, smoothly and efficiently. When walking speed slows dramatically, it often means declining muscle power, reduced balance confidence, weakened cardiovascular reserve, or a nervous system that's compensating for instability. And here's the critical part. People don't slow down because they're old. They slow down because something inside the system is failing quietly. Researchers found that even a small drop in walking speed after 70 significantly increased mortality risk within the next decade. But here's the hopeful part. Walking speed is modifiable. Strength, balance, and confidence can be rebuilt, even in your 70s and 80s. This sign isn't a sentence. It's a signal. And it leads us directly to the second predictor. Sign 2. Your ability to stand up without using your hands. This is one of the most uncomfortable truths of aging, because it feels small. Until it isn't. Try this mentally. Imagine sitting in a chair. Now imagine standing up. Did you push off the armrests? Did you lean forward heavily? Did you need momentum? Researchers call this sit-to-stand capacity, and it is a powerful predictor of survival after 70. A landmark study published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that adults who struggled with standing from a seated position had a dramatically higher risk of death over the following years, even when controlling for heart disease and other illnesses. Why? Because standing up requires leg strength, hip power, balance control, coordination, and confidence. When this ability declines, people begin avoiding movement. Avoidance leads to weakness. Weakness leads to falls. Falls lead to fear. And fear accelerates decline faster than almost any disease. Loss of independence rarely begins with a diagnosis. It begins with small compensations. Grabbing furniture, choosing higher chairs, avoiding stairs, sitting more. By the time someone feels old, this sign has usually been present for years. The good news? This ability can be rebuilt. Even small improvements in leg strength dramatically reduce mortality risk. And this brings us to the third sign, one that doesn't involve muscles at all. Sign 3. How strongly you connect to other people. This one surprises people because it doesn't sound medical, but it is one of the most well-documented predictors of lifespan after 70. Social connection. Large-scale psychological and medical studies, including decades-long research from Harvard, consistently show that loneliness is as deadly as smoking, and more dangerous than obesity in older adults. Let that sink in. Loneliness increases inflammation, stress hormones, immune dysfunction, depression, cognitive decline. And it changes behavior. Lonely people move less, eat worse, sleep poorly, delay medical care, and lose motivation to protect their health. But here's the key distinction. You don't need a large social circle. You need meaningful connection. 1 or 2 people who know your story, check in on you, give you a reason to stay engaged. Those bonds dramatically change survival odds. People who feel connected don't just live longer, they recover faster, they tolerate illness better, and they maintain cognitive clarity longer. Which leads directly to the fourth sign, one that predicts both physical and mental longevity. Sign 4, your sense of purpose. This is not motivational talk, it's neurology after retirement. Many people quietly lose something critical. Not money, not status, purpose. Researchers in psychology and neurology have found that adults over 70 who report having a clear reason to wake up in the morning live significantly longer. This includes caring for someone, volunteering, teaching, creating, mentoring, learning something new. Purpose changes brain chemistry. It lowers chronic stress, improves immune response, enhances neuroplasticity, and protects against depression and cognitive decline. In studies published in JAMA Psychiatry, older adults with a strong sense of purpose had a lower risk of death from all causes, including heart disease and stroke. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be personally meaningful. Without it, the body quietly begins to downshift. With it, the nervous system stays engaged, and resilience increases. And now we arrive at the final sign. This one ties everything together. Sign 5, how quickly you recover from small setbacks. This is the most powerful predictor, and the least discussed. Recovery speed. Not whether you get sick, not whether you fall, not whether you struggle, but how quickly you recover. Researchers call this physiological resilience. After 70, everyone experiences setbacks. A cold, a minor injury, a stressful event, a bad week. People who bounce back, physically and mentally, live longer. Those who spiral, don't. Recovery speed reflects nervous system health, muscle reserve, emotional regulation, coping strategies, and confidence. It's why two people with the same illness have completely different outcomes. Resilience is not toughness, it's adaptability. And here's the empowering truth. Resilience can be trained through strength, movement, routine, connection, mindset. Which means none of these signs are fixed, they are feedback. The big picture: here's what most people get wrong about aging. They think longevity is decided by diagnoses, genetics, luck, but science shows something else. Longevity after 70 is shaped by function, not labels. How you move, how you connect, how you recover, how you engage with life. These 5 signs don't predict your future to scare you. They exist to give you control. Because the earlier you recognize them, the more influence you have. If this video helped you see aging differently, subscribe to this channel. We focus on clear, evidence-based guidance for adults over 60, without fear, without hype, and without talking down to you. And I want you to comment below, which of these 5 signs surprised you the most? Your response may help someone else realize they're not alone, and that it's not too late to change direction. Because aging is not about counting years. It's about protecting the abilities that make those years worth living. Medical disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult your healthcare provider before making changes to your health routine.